Hey, what's up? It's the Figure Hunter, and up today is a review for the Coros Pace 2 optical heart rate sensor when doing CrossFit. So this is very specific. It'll be a shorter review, as everything on this channel, FitGear and FitGearHunter.com website. Everything is for the purpose of testing and tracking devices for CrossFit. And so as I am doing the full review for the Coros Pace 2, which I gotta say I'm really liking the workout analysis, the recovery time features. I'm a little bit uncertain on the training load over time, and there's definitely some big question marks when it comes to sleep and wellness missing from this device. But I first want to see how much does it stand up in a CrossFit workout. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing for more, because I do think that the optical heart rate accuracy of a device worn on the wrist when used for CrossFit is super paramount to everything else working. If you have really great training load, really good workout analysis, but your heart rate is not accurate, then all of the other metrics don't add up. So as I always say, you gotta wear a chest strap with almost every device, and I would just say in general with every device, if you want to have accurate results from the higher level analytics that some of these watches do. Like the Coros is doing a pretty good job of some of the higher level analytics. So how do we test the heart rate accuracy for CrossFit? I tested across three basic aspects. It's all compared to an H10 chest strap when worn with a Garmin, or doesn't really matter as long as you have the accurate heart rate zones being assessed with what you're getting from the workout itself for the chest strap, which is the most accurate version compared to the watch itself and the optical heart rate on the wrist. So we track three basic components. So the average heart rate and anything above 100 beats per minute. So I'm not taking the average of 119 versus 145. I'm taking just the 19 versus the 45, because any watch on the planet should be able to accurately track the basic 100 beats or lower. We're looking, can it pick up or can it keep up with the intensity of a CrossFit workout? So that gets a lower percentage of the overall score, because average heart rate is not as challenging as the second and third components. So the second component is everything 80 to 100% of your max heart rate. So watches all tend to let you either set your heart rate zones or pick your max heart rate and then calculate the zones from there. So is it picking up the majority of time in the 80 to 100% of max heart rate? And how does that compare with the chest strap? And then last is the most peak zone. So the 90 to 100% of max heart rate. Is it tracking the highest level, most intense portions of the workouts? Because again, how much time you spend in that peak zone is an absolute determinant for whether you're getting good results on the accuracy of the workout analysis and the training load over time and the recovery time needed and all of those aspects. So we're tracking those three things with the smallest weight to the average heart rate for what's above 100 beats per minute. Second is the zone 4 and 5. So basically giving it a bigger tranche towards that, and the biggest tranche is towards tracking the zone 5, 90 to 100% of heart rate accuracy. And typically I do this across 6 to 8 workouts when testing a device, but this we cut a little bit short, and I'm going to tell you why in just a second. So let's first look at the heart rate sensor on the back and then talk about the results and come back together.
Okay, having a bit of time to get the heart rate to actually turn on the heart rate metrics, but I think I might have gotten it. It's beeping, but it's not registering the heart rate. But you can see the green diodes there, just one on each side with a sensor to make sure your skin is actually in contact around the edge. So that's the heart rate sensor.
So like I said, it's a series of workouts, and you can see just in basic summary form, the summary of what you see on the Coros Pace 2 on the app itself versus what you would see on the Garmin, and Garmin is just more 2 pages in length because I'm using the 945 LTE. So you see the Coros and then the Garmin across those different things. But the most important thing, because I only tracked it across 3 workouts. So this was a workout that had, obviously, it was basically a 10-minute EMOM on the end where you did a full max exertion for 30 seconds and had 30 seconds off of one movement, and then you switched to another. It was like burpees to a 6-inch target, and then alternating dumbbell snatches. So I did, the first part was the lifting portion where you just built to a 2-rep max. So you can see the flow of the workout on the chest strap. This is the accurate version. And then you see where it stood on the Coros. So you can see it picked up a little bit of intensity above 150 beats per minute in the later part of the workout, but most of the majority of the workout is just floating at like 110, 120. We'll look at the specifics. Real workout, Coros Pace 2, total bust. Again, this was an intense workout that had basically a 21:15.9 with a brief break in between another 21:15.9, in between another 21:15.9, all using different types of exercises. So there was some warm-up and then the workout itself on the tail end. And there's the Coros Pace 2.
missed a lot of it. So maybe it's averaging a little bit better. It picked up some of the warm-up and then just completely failed on the backbone of the workout itself and just picked up slightly at the end. So another complete fail. So another workout, this was just, I think it was like 8 rounds for time and a 12-minute, time cap with, thrusters and burpees and pull-ups. So you can see it was just a very intense workout as I was trying to get the 8 rounds done and the time cap. And this is the Coros Pace 2. So what do we see? Complete failure. So again, workout, Coros Pace 2. So what do we see in the actual results? Here's what it's looking like. So in the average heart rate above 100, it's coming in at a fail. Zone 5, tracking, it's coming in at a more significant fail. And even in the zone 4 and 5, which is not as hard for some devices to do, it's coming in at a fail. When you look at the averages of each of these areas, you can see that the average heart rate was about 46% accurate, the zone 5, 37% accurate, and the zone 4 and 5, it was only a little bit better at 41.4% accurate. So if you take the weightings of each value, you got a score of 40%. So just flat deadline. It is definitely not reflective of how much value this watch can bring, but you should definitely look at this watch as not a $200, $199 watch, but a $260 or $270 watch, because you absolutely have to buy a chest strap with it. It connects with Ant Plus and Bluetooth, so the world is your oyster with picking that. But this is a fail. I stopped after 3 workouts. There's no need to look more. It's not worth trying to see if it goes to 42 or 46 or back down to 38%. Let's come back together.
All right, so what do we see? I only tested it for 3 workouts because in some ways it just feels like it's not worth the time to see if it's going to get a little bit better than 40%. So maybe those workouts weren't great. Maybe they weren't. I don't know. Maybe it was. It doesn't take time to get to know me better and how I work out and train. It's not going to do that. It either works or it doesn't work. So after 3 workouts, in doing a full review for the watch, I want to test it with tracking it paired to a chest strap to see if the workout analytics are as useful and valuable as some of the other primary players on the market like Polar, Suunto, and Garmin especially. So I stopped at 3 because it's just too abysmal. You should definitely not wear this watch on your wrist if you're doing CrossFit training. Again, the workout analytics look very promising. The experience with using the watch, very promising, but not if you're tracking the heart rate off the wrist. 40% is just a complete and total fail. So we're going to move on from that. So that's the review for the optical heart rate accuracy for the Coros Pace 2 when worn on the wrist for doing CrossFit training, or basically correlates to high intensity interval training. Stay tuned for the full review and the full and final thoughts there. This is the Fit Gear Hunter. Thanks so much for watching.